Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, congratulations on the last video on creating your first animation in Flash. And if you remembered from the last video, if you looked over here on the right hand side of our dashboard, our frames per second was in 24 frames per frame. That's the default for Flash because that's the most common, that's just used in television and film and motion graphics and video games. It's pretty much just the norm. Most things are just used in 24, but there's still going to be other times when you're going to use 12, 24, 48, 72, slow motion, faster motion. So let's go ahead and create an example of motions or animations or motions, potato, that we're going to use in Flash, and we'll differentiate between the frames per second. We'll create two symbols that go from the left to the right. They're going the exact same place, the exact same distance, but we'll just put them in different frames per second. So let's go ahead and create two symbols. So first things first, let's go ahead and create our symbol for layer 1. So let's go ahead and grab a oval or a circle, and I'm going to go ahead and just create a circle just like that. Not an oval, more of a circle. And I'm going to go ahead and modify it, and nope, where's the selection tool? Let's go ahead and hover over it. Now let's go to modify, and let's convert it to a symbol, and we'll just call this layer 1. Movie clip, create it as a symbol. So now it should be in our library. There it is. Shapes are not in our library. Shapes before they're bitmaps or movie clips are not really anything. They're not in our library. So let's go back and let's go ahead and create this at, let's bring it all the way to the right side of our canvas at 12 frames per second. So let's go up to, no, we'll just do 24. We'll keep it at 1 second. So let's go to 24, and it looks like that's it right there. And let's go 5, just like that, or F5 to enter the frame. Let's right click. Let's go to motion tween, and let's use our move tool again to drag it to the right hand side. Let's see if that works. Let's go ahead and hit Command Enter if you're on a Mac and Control Enter if you're on a PC. Let's see if that shows up. Okay, great. So our animation is going from the left side of our screen to the right side of our screen at 1 second at 24 frames per second. Now let's go ahead and create another layer with using the motion tween, creating an animation that is 2 seconds. So it's going to be 48 frames per second. You can see the transition, how cluttered it is, how smooth it looks, and we'll compare and contrast it. So let's go ahead and create a new layer. So come down here to your timeline and click this sheet of paper down here. It looks like there's a new sheet of paper, a new folder, and a trash can. Well, we don't want to trash anything. So let's go ahead and create a new layer. And let's go ahead and, what do I want to do? I want to go ahead and create this new layer, and we'll put it to, is that 48? 48, 49, 50. Yeah, F5. There it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a graphic, or a symbol, I'm sorry. Here's the shape. It's probably like the same size as our last one. And let's go ahead and grab our selection tool. Let's hover over that, and let's go ahead and convert to symbol. And for what we did in the last layer, we'll just create layer 2. And let's click enter. And now let's go ahead and right click on any one of our frames in between 1 and 48, and let's click, right click, create motion tween. Now let's grab our selection tool, and we'll drag it to pretty much the same distance as we grabbed our first layer. Just like that. All right, so this layer goes to 48, and this one goes to 24. So let's go ahead and hit Command Enter and see if this works. Okay, great. So both symbols, actually the one on the bottom is a little bit bigger. It's like a little bit bigger, but it should still kind of do justice to what my video is. This is going at 48 frames per second, and this is going at 24 frames per second. So it's going the exact same distance. So in short, shorter frames lead to faster transitions, and longer frames lead to slower transitions. So like you could imagine, you could create another layer, maybe set it to 72 frames per second. So that means your third layer would be going, it would take 3 seconds to get to the exact same spot that these layers are getting to. Well, not the exact same spot. I dragged them to the right, but I'm not breaking them down with the exact latitude, longitude, width, height, X, Y. But that's it. So in short, lower frames lead to faster animation transitions or motions in Flash, and longer frames per second lead to slower stuff. So good luck with this. We'll play around with a couple more tools before we jump into some cooler stuff. All right, guys, good luck with this. I'll see you in the next video.